Losing belly fat with hormone imbalances like PCOS or underactive thyroid is 100% possible, but it's not about doing more. It's about removing the hidden blocks that keep your body inflamed, and in 99% cases, that's why you cannot lose that stubborn belly fat no matter what you try. Imagine pressing the gas pedal with the handbrake still on. You're burning your engine, your body, but going nowhere. So in this video, I will show you 5 simple foods that made the biggest difference for me and my clients, so you can finally get the same results, get that flat belly without burning out. Let's start with the big one, something I used to eat all the time: Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even regular milk in my latte. They are praised as those high-protein, fat-loss foods. But when I was dealing with PCOS, high cortisol, and underactive thyroid in my 20s, they were only making things worse. I knew about lactose, so I switched to lactose-free milk, but nothing really changed. I still couldn't lose my belly fat, and my skin kept breaking out. What turned out, it wasn't just the lactose. It was the type of the protein in cow's milk, casein A1. Here you can see a great comparison of casein A1 versus casein A2 on your body and your hormones. But all you need to know if it comes to losing that stubborn belly fat effectively is that casein A1 from cow's milk product has been linked with so-called low-grade inflammation. And it can also trigger immune response, especially if you have poor sensitive gut or already dealing with hormone imbalances. As a fun fact, the acne I was struggling with, I thought it was hormonal, but actually it was immune related. Anyway, from fat loss perspective, when your body is inflamed, losing excess body fat will be so much harder. And it happens for 2 reasons. First of all, inflammation impairs your thyroid conversion. Low thyroid hormones equals slow metabolism. And then inflammation also increases your cortisol and insulin. Both can make PCOS worse and disrupt your other hormones. Think about that handbrake I mentioned earlier. You are pressing that gas pedal, but you cannot just move forward. And when I look back, I wasted literally years focusing on the wrong things. And maybe that's you right now, Googling how to lose belly fat with hormone imbalances. But what you should be Googling is how to balance your hormones, because then you remove that block and allow your body to burn that excess body fat. So here are simple food swaps that will help you improve that hormonal balance, and that's exactly where your belly fat will start to melt. If you want to stick with the dairy, try goat or sheep milk products. They contain A2 casein, which is more neutral and less inflammatory. It still contains lactose, but here you can choose kefir as it's lowest in lactose, and also you will benefit from good gut bacteria. Or alternatively, go for plant-based milks or yogurts, but double check the label as skip the ones with seed oils and sweeteners. Next one, raw spinach. I used to add raw spinach to everything: green smoothies, salads, juices, because that's kind of like what healthy people do, right? But here is the thing that nobody told me until I actually got into naturopathic nutrition and medicine. Raw spinach is super high in oxalates and also contain anti-thyroid compounds. Both of them can block absorption of iron, zinc, and iodine. And without those, it's nearly impossible to balance your hormones or lose that stubborn belly fat. And as you probably already noticed, just eating healthy or cutting calories isn't enough, because what blocks your fat loss are hormones. So here is a healthier approach, the swaps you can make. If you want to stick with spinach, cook it first, because heat reduces most of those anti-nutrients. Or you can also swap spinach with more hormone-nourishing greens like endive or broccoli sprouts. Those are honestly top 2. Then, next one, salad dressings. 99% of them you should actually throw to the bin, not on your plate. I vividly remember last summer I went back to London for a couple of months, and I went back to my favorite lunch place in Canary Wharf Mall. I chose my salad ingredients, and then the lady asked me which dressing I want. From all the options she listed, I said honey mustard, because technically it should be just honey and mustard, right? But the moment she grabbed the bottle, I was like, no, please don't put that on my plate. When I saw the length of the ingredient list on the dressing bottle, I was like, I'm definitely not having it. And maybe your go-to for lunch are salads too. thinking it's kind of like the healthiest options on the menu. But the dressings you pour onto your salad are usually packed with sunflower oil, canola oil, soybean oil, or other seed oils. And that all will basically set your body on fire. As you can imagine, seed oils are highly inflammatory, and if your body is inflamed, it's really hard to lose that belly fat. And I know that salad dressing seems like a small thing, but if salad dressing is just another stressor in your stress inflammation cup, this can add up, and if you overfill your cup, that's where the fat loss resistance starts. And those seed oils are everywhere nowadays: snacks, sauces, even plant milks. So the more you can avoid them, the better for your hormones and your body. Also, if you feel you're tired of trying things and you just want a clear guidance to balance your hormones and lose that stubborn belly fat without guessing, you can apply now for the pre-launch access to my Superwoman formula course, mentorship, and community. It's honestly the most holistic, complete program with everything you need in one place. I will put the link in the description. So back to dressing. What's the healthier solution? When you're at home, choose olive oil based dressing. And here, still read the label. Let me show you example. Biona Organic brand marketed as olive oil mayo. But then when you look at the label, there is still sunflower oil. The good thing about here is that sunflower oil is actually cold pressed. So overall, it's just a reminder to triple check things you buy and eat. Alternatively, you can also make your own dressing. It doesn't take more than 5-10 minutes and you will be set for the whole week. This week I make, for example, this red pepper one. So simple, so delicious. And I will put also the link for quick healthy recipes in the description if you would like to try. Then when you eat out, and you eat out quite regularly, just ask for no dressing or just olive oil dressing. Butter is fine as well to add some flavor. And if you grab takeaway lunch, for example, you can also buy guacamole or olive oil based hummus as a flavor booster, or have your own homemade dressing with you. Then next one, let's talk about tuna and pretty much any other fish high in mercury. Tuna as well used to be my go-to healthy lunch, but the problem with tuna is that it's one of the highest mercury containing fish, and mercury is simply a toxin that will create that low-grade inflammation I mentioned earlier. If you eat fish on a regular basis, you will obviously not see the impact overnight because it takes years for heavy metal to accumulate. But heavy metal is a toxin and it's inflammatory. So when you're trying to lose belly fat with hormone imbalances, think about this way. Is this food am I eating now lowering my inflammation or increasing it? Imagine here a fish tank. The more rubbish and more toxin you put in the tank, including those diet stressors and toxins, the more polluted water becomes and the harder to lose that weight or belly fat. But if you keep your tank clean or start clearing up that tank, that's where your body starts to heal, and that's where the fat loss becomes achievable and also easier. So here are the safer, hormone-friendly swaps you can make. If you want to stick with fish, choose low mercury fish like wild-caught salmon, for example, but not Atlantic or Scottish salmon. Those are farmed. Then also prawns, sardines, or trout. Those are healthier alternatives, but it doesn't mean it's free of heavy metals and toxins. And also pair your fish with cilantro because cilantro helps to remove heavy metals. And overall, I don't recommend having fish more than once, twice a week. And the last one, protein powders. Even those marketed as healthy protein powder, grass-fed, gluten-free, blah, blah, blah. When choosing protein powder, there are two things you really need to watch out: protein concentration and sweeteners. A lot of protein powders don't use high quality protein. Even if it's whey isolate, it's really hard to find the one with really good protein concentration of at least 90 grams of protein per 100 grams. And the lower concentration of the protein, the more milk ingredients and lactose, etc. Then the second problem with protein powders, 90-95% brands out there use, unfortunately, sweeteners, and a lot of them, even those seemingly healthy brands, still use artificial sweeteners. Sucralose is one of the common ones, and again, artificial sweeteners means pretty much like more inflammation, no question about that. If you have protein powder with like the healthy sweetener like stevia, erythritol, I still wouldn't use it, to be fair. And I made another video explaining like why, so you can watch it. So what would be the healthy protein powder that you can have? So first of all, choose unflavored. You can choose either clean whey, at least 90% isolate, or if you prefer plant-based protein. And for the flavor, you can add berries, banana, or even a bit of honey if you want that flavor and sweetness. So far, I only found one brand that makes healthy vanilla chocolate flavor protein powder without sweetener, and they actually taste nice. They also actually include digestive enzyme. It's from HSN. The brand ships within the Europe. I'm not sure about the other countries, but yeah, from all the research I've done, all the protein powders I tried, this one so far is the only I found flavored one as a healthy one. And if you want to learn more about healthy habits for fat loss, watch this video next.